Every night before you fall asleep, you might want to just set aside maybe 10, 15 minutes when you can be quiet, alone, and you want to sit down with a piece of paper or your journal and just let your mind relax, clear your mind. And when you have entered that ideal state that you know you're flowing, call to mind a mental image of your ideal. Call to mind a mental image of your goal. As you do so, take notice of the little details in that little vision that you are creating. Who are you speaking with? What kind of life are you living? How much money are you making? Have a clear idea of that vision and just let your thoughts run freely. And as this process is taking place, you want to start thinking of 5 action steps. That's right. Don't force it. Sometimes you might not get 5 all the time. Just let your thoughts flow and hold that mental image. And over time, with sufficient practice, you are going to find that these action steps gradually come to your mind. Now, what exactly is an action step and why should you use it? You see, a lot of people don't even know how to set goals, right? But that's another topic for another time. Let's assume that you have a clearly defined goal that you are emotionally involved with, and you know exactly how it feels to move towards that goal. Then, before you sleep every night, you want to start writing down, make this a habit, 5 action steps, right? Without these action steps, how do you expect your goals to materialize, right? The next thing you want to understand is the difference between an action step, a regular action, and your normal routine. You see, my definition of an action step is anything, ideally an independent action, a independent move that directly or indirectly propels you towards your goal. This is an independent action step. Brushing your teeth, it's not an action step, right? Doing your hair, that's not an action step. Even if it is part of a powerful routine, it is not an action step. An action step is a game changing move, and you should know when you are doing a game changing move. Now, just think about it. If every night before you sleep, you can come up through the use of your higher mental faculties, and you are able to come up with 5 quality action steps in a week, that is 35 action steps that you have. In a month, there could be up to 150 action steps, depending if they're 4 or 5 weeks, and so on. But you get the idea. That is 150 action steps in a month that you are taking. What's that going to be in 6 months? What's that going to be in a year? If every single action step that you take directly propels you towards your goals, what is 150 of those going to do? It's like you're creating an army, right? Just with the power of your own mind. So don't ever underestimate the power of having 5 action steps per night just before you go to sleep. Take time, relax, clear your mind, hold the mental image of your goal, let your thoughts flow, and let yourself acquire 5 powerful action steps. And as you do, write them down. Here's the thing, you must understand that on the mental plane, more leads to more, less leads to less. So if you build a habit, make sure you see through it and go all the way with it. As you are writing, you will find that more and more thoughts start to flow into your mind. This is no coincidence, right? Make use of that, right? Call to mind the ideal emotions every single night. Very interesting because you are going to sleep immediately after this exercise. The next day, you're going to find that little small coincidences start happening around you. Actually, those are not coincidence. You are accumulating energy. You are building momentum. You are turning yourself into a powerful magnet for unstoppable success. Once again, remember that your regular routine is not an action step. Okay? Brushing your teeth, doing your hair, meditation, all these should be part of a regular routine. Let me give you a few examples of what an ideal action step is. It could be calling that one person, making that one phone call to get that gig that you know you need to get, right? It could be booking that one location to do that one event that you have been wanting to do. It could be ordering a particular product. It could be joining a program. It could be speaking or reaching out to the one person. But you know in your heart, mind, and soul that when you do that one action step, it's going to directly propel you to your goals. 5, every single night. Whether you have a good day, a bad day, whatever, you're going to sit down for 10, 15 minutes and write down so that you have order for your next day. Remember, order is heaven's first law. If you start the next day without having any idea of what are your key winning moves that you're going to have, may I ask, what are you going to do with your time? You need to learn how to respect your time. You need to know how to make use and leverage your time. That is why having 5 action steps every single day is going to bring you that very order. Most people don't have goals, they don't have order, they don't have action steps. Like I said, 5 action steps a day in a week, that's 5 in a month. In a week, that's 7. In a month, that's 35. In a year, that is 100 to 200 action steps, solid ones that you are taking, right? Contrast this with someone that doesn't have goals, that doesn't have action steps. They're going to move at a very, very slow pace. You're not always going to get 5 solid action steps, but as you go, as you become more experienced, you're going to become more and more powerful, right? And this is not addition, because when it comes to your mind, there are no limits. You're going to become more sharp. You're going to become more clear. You're going to become more powerful. You're going to become more confident. And once it becomes a habit, you just know tomorrow I'm going to do this, and that, right? And then you go to sleep. And the next day, I know I got to be doing this, and that. Not only do you bring order, you are eliminating wastage. You are eliminating distractions. You are eliminating all the slack that when they add up, they are really going to be a drain, a waste of your time and resources. So once again, do not ever underestimate the power of 5 action steps every single night before you go to sleep. This is another episode of Mindset Secrets. I hope you enjoyed it. Any comments, questions, and feedback, you can send them my way, either a direct message or you can reach out to me on Telegram at Sean Sena. I had fun making this episode and I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next one. Have a great day.